Alright. We are gonna see how this works. So... Excuse me. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna give it another few minutes just to let people come in a little bit. And then we'll get fully started. Just realized it's probably better if I just say it's a puzzle instead of Okay, no, that works. Alright. So... Hi. So, yeah. I got a bunch of stuff. Like, full everything. And this was something I backed a while ago. And, yeah. I thought I'd bring it on stream, try to solve it. If people want to pop in and hang out with it, sure. And yeah. I have it's pretty much an open-end series of puzzles. And it's all for that box right there. This big ol' thing. So the things that I got off the bat was this little thing that kind of explains the puzzles, how the hints work, etc. where it does have some hints, but it also includes online research, so there is stuff that we're gonna have to check. All the clues in front of you, you can check your solutions offline. I think it's gonna be better to just Google it. If time comes for it, there's videos with it. There's what to do. Basically, read the letters, connect the documents, etc., etc. And if something doesn't make sense, I probably missed something. The last padlock to open is the bottom one. If there's a location, it's going to be in or around the Shanghai Bund. The padlocks are old, so I got to make sure that the characters are aligned to the top. And it's a work of fiction, so yeah. I did play another set of puzzles by this group. Oh, 30-second ad. Oh well, I'll wait for a second. Also, we may end up getting interrupted by Fern at some point. She locked herself inside of a shoebox. Yeah, I think she's finally kind of trying to get out. You awake now, sleepyhead? Alright. So, let me go over some of the other things I got. This right here, this is my hint book. If there's hints and stuff that I need, it's going to be inside of here. I'll just show the first page because pretty much it's got a QR code for the most up-to-date stuff, and it's got hints like that. And I'm just going to not use this as much as I can. So the less I use this, the better. This was one of the initial letters. I'll go over that in a minute. This, however, seems to be like a more advanced puzzle overarching, where the blah blah blah, the blah 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 adventure is more important blah blah blah. Solve the puzzle and discover our secret. And essentially, to get the final keyword. Oh, hello, little bunny. Welcome in. You're good. I'm glad you exist. But yeah, I'm just going over like the basic kind of rules, etc. for this. And it's interesting. So I'm trying to find the final keyword for this, where I have to take the first letter of each of the 13 keywords I find, among others, arrange the letters following the numbers in ascending order, and omit some one across thing. And then, if I think I figured out the secret, look at whatever this is and follow the WTS directions, blah blah blah, to confirm it. And then this is where I'll basically put the answer. Also, this box exists. I want to try to get into it. I haven't opened this before. I haven't touched these puzzles before. This is all new to me. And someone's like, oh, why don't you just unscrew right here and get inside the box? I'm like, you're defeating the purpose of having fun. I also got this little bag of stuff where it has a receipt, numbers, EH, and a code. And I don't know what that code is. But that's got something to do with it. And then it's also got these little things that I don't know what they are. Which I'm just going to wait until I find a receipt number and then see about it. I'll take your time. So I'll check that out in a minute. Then there's this letter, which is like the start to things, and this map. And this map is honestly huge. It's like, it's a whole map of Shanghai. And it's got different little details all over it. Well, let me open this thing up. So yeah, it's got a lot of stuff in it, including characters and all. And those characters on it, I think I need for the first puzzle. So, yeah. We're going to be working on that in a second. And make it work. And it folds up nice and neat. Honestly, this could almost be like a thing. Because you can see, there's all sorts of writing. So, stuff in here is relevant. And I need to figure out how. I also have a little notepad that I'm going to be taking notes and just using that for general solving things as I come across them. And yeah, that's the intro. So with this, it kind of goes over the sort of plot and stuff. Look at the journal. And the stuff that's kind of highlighted is important. The bundock, I'm assuming, is something special. And yeah, find the two signs and we'll meet you there. So I think we're going to have to find those. Make out with something that looked like... I'm just going to assume that it's... looked like a wave with an arrow pointing down. It's either that or that. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but we'll figure it out. Falling water. Another, the Japanese flag circle. And a tall building. So we'll have to see what those... Oh. I just realized it's probably something like that. Some resembling a tall building. So we're probably going to need to double check on here for those symbols. But the thing that stood out to me first was the Congo's Bazaar. You'll find at our 5 locations all you need to start your journey. And then... Hello. So, you'll find our locations all you need to start your journey. So, it's got different items here set with 5. And the lock also has... Well, if it would show up. Whoop, sorry. The lock also has 5 symbols on it. So, I'm thinking if I find these 5 symbols, then that's going to open the top part of the box, and then we start getting into like the meat of things. So I'm just gonna record real quick. L6, F24, J13, G13, E6. And then we'll record the symbols down here and then we'll double check. So those correspond to things on this map. So we need to see what symbols are where. Yeah. What? I'm trying not to tear it. So the first one is E6, so it's this one right here. Let's see. Wait, no, that's the last one. My bad. So that's that symbol. All right. Close enough. That one up there. Oh, it kind of does. Right here. I see what you're talking about, yeah. Alright. The next one is going to be L6, so that's way down here. It looks like a Z. Like the script Z. Alright. Next, F24. That's going to be way on this side. I can't really... Well, let's see if I can make it fit. F24. So 24 is here. And I think that's F... Oh, yeah, it's on this side. So F24, right there. Hello, Rose. What? Welcome in. Hi, I've got Puzzle Box. But yeah, I'm trying to make this work as best I can. It is a big map. But yeah, I'm recording down some different symbols. This is the one I need to record currently. And I'm going to try to use that to open up the box that I haven't opened before. What, this? Wee. Let's see. And then the last two are J and G13, which would be in this column, which would be this one and this one. So J is down here. I don't know why when I hear you say funny man, I think of that whatchamacallit, that high school sort of thing where it's like, I like your words, magic man, or whatever it is. I used to try to learn Chinese way back. It's tough. It's very tough. Also, I'm terrible at tonal languages. Okay, so I've got these symbols, and I'm going to try to crack open the top part of the box. Alright. Let me fold this up a little bit. There we go. Whoop. Much better. Alright, so box. And we will see if we can get in. So we do have to change it to where the things are at the top, but I'm going to try to put them where they're at the front first. And that one. And then that one. And then that one. Right? Come on. That should be it. Unless I got the symbols wrong. Okay, hold up. The little ribbon thing's getting in the way. Okay, go get dinner. I will still be here. Okay, it is that one. That one, that one. Now, it's said like this, but I'm assuming it needs to be up like this. Okay, how does this lock open? You're gonna be back, and I'm gonna still be on trying to unlock this thing. Hey! Lock one. We got it. Hey, okay. So now we open this thing. I forgot what was even in this set. I don't know what's in here. So this is going to have a bunch of stuff. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit so you can kind of see. So there's stuff in here. I'll go ahead and put it on the side real quick and then put it on the table so y'all can see. So this. Oh my god. Another one of those locks. Another lock. A letter. A newspaper. Oops, sorry. A newspaper thing. And yeah. Alright, let's close that box up and then we will double check on this. I'm going to keep that as lock 1. So we now have a few funky little boxes that we can now get into for more things. What the hell is this? I saw this bag and it's just like, it's curious. Okay. That's a nice bag, actually. I like the quality. It looks like a puzzle box. And the final part of the puzzle box would be, yeah, this and this in here. So then it's going to have two things on the side. Whoop. Really? Oh. Wait, that... Really? Oh, right. So... I'm assuming it goes in like a specific way where you don't have to necessarily force it in. Okay, I'm going to need to come back to that and figure out what the heck that is. Many baby boxes. Alright, so I'm going to put all these back inside the bag. We will approach you later. But yeah, I thought that was going to be the start of it, so I'm glad I didn't do that beforehand. So we will keep this on the side. That is a puzzle for later. A few of these things. SS Chichibu Maru. NYK Nippon Yusen Kaisha. Miss EH, cabin number... blah blah blah. Destination Shanghai. So it's a Japan sort of receipt thing. Sparkling mineral table water. So like a label for a water bottle? Lot number. Okay, so those numbers... Hold up. No, that's different. Okay, so there is definitely a cipher here. This is a whole thing. Oh, and it's got a back. Saint Cyr cipher. Okay, so we're gonna need to figure out what that is. You know, I'm just gonna Google real quick what if that's like a specific thing. Let's see. Oh. Apparently it is. What the fuck is that? uh... Okay. My brain just hurt. Okay, we're gonna need to go back to that because that is... Oh, that is complicated. Extra little letter. Okay, we'll have to check that too. We just unlocked a whole bunch of puzzles. Boy. And then we have a newspaper with a whole bunch of stuff on it, too. Oh, it's French. Alright. Oh, it's got a backside. This is the spot. The fact they hid which number is which. Alright. So we're going to need to solve this at some point. And this is going to be used for something. I don't know what yet. I'm saying that a lot. But that's basically the thing. Oh, cool. Got a little seal right there. If seal is broken. Anything else in here? Nope. Nice little seal, though. Alright. So we will put this back together once we're done checking it out. Photograph of holder. Record of flights. So we got a flight thing here that we need to check. Oh. The decoder. Wait for barrel's instructions. Sometimes some things out of place and shed some light on the hole. I'm holding up to the light just in case there's some weird thing with it being in a different light. So this thing, I don't know what that is yet. But yeah, we will store this back together. I don't know what it is yet. I got a lot of stuff that I'm saying I don't know what it is yet because there's a lot of stuff I don't know what it is yet. Alright. Put that back in. And what I like is these puzzles, they made it to where you don't have to quote-unquote destroy anything. So this can all be, once I'm done, repackaged and I can have someone else try it out. Which I might do. Maybe. Okay, so that's another thing. Two bookmarks. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay, these are going to be important. These are going to be for some sort of code where I have to line it up right, and then that's going to be the new letters. And I don't know which one lines up where. Alright. Oh. Building. Okay. And this was somewhere in here, so I'm assuming I want to keep these together. Alright. Then there's this. Oh my god, there is so much stuff. I'm getting a little overwhelmed here. Another letter with the Cafe Hotel. Okay. A Standard Vacuum Oil Company receipt. Silver gelatin emulsion for photography. Gargoyle mobile oil upper lube. And there's an account number. And that looks to be like how they have a carbon copy. Something gotta be different though. Aside from the numbers. Yeah. The numbers on there is different. But the account number is the same. Is that the same thing? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we have 3 copies of the same thing with 3 different numbers at the top. Wait a minute. $3,711. That's probably something. I don't know what, but that's something. We'll keep those together. Ooh, that's shiny. And this is the last thing. So this is a red envelope that was with the thing. Yeah. This is all that was in it. What in the world is this? Tear along the dotted lines. Okay, well, I gotta tear these up. This is a... I guess this is a puzzle of sorts. I will tear this up. So, first impressions of this puzzle box. They threw a lot at me all at once. But I kind of like that. It's very open-ended. This is more of a, hey, you solved our puzzles, go forth. There you go. Ba-ba-doo. So yeah, I don't know what these... I don't think these are useful for anything. The little blank ones I don't think are useful. The rest of it, yeah, that's going to be useful for something. I don't think they have red herrings in this. The previous one they did have red herrings, and you would get some documents that were like real and then some that were fake. And it was a good puzzle set. I just think it had some that were like excessively complicated for what it is. do. Eh. I'm trying not to tear it bad. So I think there's gonna be like some with the main map where all of those buildings are gonna show up, and then I gotta match that with something, and then that gives me a code, and then that code I have to decipher. Ah, there we go. Alright, put these all in here just so that they're all nice and neat and tidy together. Alright. And that's the last of the main things. Alright, where the hell do we want to start? Also, looking at this, it looks like it's got 3 numbers that I need to find, and then I need to push the button and it'll unlock the lock. I'm not going to brute force it because I do want to actually solve the puzzles to unlock it. But those are probably going to have puzzles in them too. So, yeah, we got a decent amount of stuff to do. If the symbols are the same, though, then they should all be in the main map. And then we have to find it from there. Ooh. But we need to look up Bund. And then we also need to find these symbols. So I think that's going to be our first order of business. Seeing if we could find something like falling water, the Japanese flag circle, and a tall building. I will put that over here. Also, because I can, I'm going to pick up these 2 boxes and have these just be kind of chilling out in there for a bit. Because if I can't really do much with them right now, I'd rather they, you know, stay nice and tidy up in here. This might be useful. Alright. There we go. Alright, box is locked. I'll keep this over here as like a trophy. Yeah. Alright, so where do we want to start? Ooh. Matching receipt number 290183. I don't think we saw any of that. These are puzzle for something I don't know what. So let's think about what we can solve. These, they're used for something, no idea. This, it's used for something, no idea. These, they're used for something, but they're together. So we'll put that on the side as like a maybe. This. Let's check this first. So first, second, third. So there's 3 things to this. Probably 1 puzzle each, but we'll find out. When I woke up this morning with no idea where I was, I found a half-written letter next to my typewriter that read, "As I opened today's newspaper, I remembered it was a special day, and luckily, I had a room in the best place in town to celebrate the occasion with my compatriots. I haven't got much cash on me. Hopefully that coin in my hand is worth something, otherwise I'll just face a locked door. Solve part 1 before the rest." So, no idea where you are. Alright. Half written letter next to my typewriter. As I open my newspaper, I'm assuming it's this. I remembered it was a special day. Sometime in 1938. So, special day. Saturday, July 4th. Oh, Independence Day. Yay. Hold up. Let's see. So I guess, yeah, so is the hotel the cafe? And they're looking at a coin. Oh. The Premier Hotel of Shanghai. Cathay Hotels. Park Hotel. Oh. Okay, there's multiple hotels. Happy 4th of July to American readers. This brings up the Bund. By the way, if y'all want to, like, chime in with something you see, please do. This is one time where I'm like, okay, we need to figure it out. And we all work together. Bund has to be important. Cable address, Cath Hotel. Oh. Oh, Cathay Hotel. No shit. 250. Wait a minute. It ain't that simple, is it? Nope. Let me just do it the other way in case I'm dumb. Nope. So, a locked door. To me, that sounds like there's a lock. I don't know. Pick it up again. Alright. So, I'm trying to think about what it could be, and I don't. I think it has something to do with this newspaper, but I can't be sure yet. So, we'll keep that kind of together. That's for something else. I don't know what yet. The Bund waterfront facade. This is a blueprint sheet of paper. Alright. Find this to solve that. Alright. Let's do some reading. Alright. Today is Victor's birthday. To celebrate in good order, he invited me on a boat trip in the afternoon and without much thought. He handed me the keys to his brand new car. Could you run errands for me and pick me up later for the cruise? He asked. I felt much obliged and the car was a beauty. He gave me some receipts and told me they required revisions. He added, you just have to bring them back up to their office and they'll give you a hung pao in return. You could also fill up the tank at your gas station next door. But where do we meet? I asked. Okay, first off, I want to see what in the world is a hung pao. Oh, red envelope. Oh. Okay, so this. This is involved with this. Alright. He said, at the Bund Jetty, there are a few dozen Bund Jetties. Which one is it, Victor? I asked. He added, the red envelope will tell you more, but first, make sure you read the article I told you about. Okay, so hold up. I'm gonna take a couple of notes real quick. Where is my pencil? Oh, there it is. Alright, so let's make sure you read the article. The brand new blue Chevrolet Coupe was present. Much later that day, that the brand new blue Chevrolet Coupe was present. Victor is a real sweetheart. After all, it was his birthday, not mine. The person who was supposed to give me the red envelope was not there. I had to find the building where he was staying, but I was told it wasn't far. You'll see several buildings. It's the rightmost one. So, blueprint has someone with those is the same. Red envelope equals where to meet. Read article. Find building. Rightmost. All right. I remember him saying the year the tiger was coming to an end, and he asked me if I could bring the next year's China Hong list? Question mark. As soon as I boarded his boat, he offered me a bottle of Aquarius water. I couldn't help but notice the irony. They were the main sponsors of the Hong list. So, basically, my notes currently. The red envelope, the blueprint, and the water bottle label are linked. The red envelope is going to be where to meet. You need to read an article, find the building. It's going to be the rightmost one. And this is all for something on the Hong list. And then we need to solve this. The addresses on the bottle label and the Hong list were not the same. The number on the facade. The number on the facade? The Bund waterfront facade. There's a number here? Oh wait, no, that's what it looks like. So we need to find this building. Alright. Which... Is it one of those? No, that's not it. No, the gates don't match. Nope. Alright. It doesn't involve the map. What was that again? Sorry. Addresses on the bottle label and the Hong list. What the hell is a Hong list? For Fuzhou Road, Shanghai. But that ain't gonna be the right address. So, 4 Fuzhou Road in Shanghai. Let me see if it's on the map. Yeah. Eh. Oh dear, I don't know where in the world I'm going to be looking at. Oh, that's the international settlement. Okay. Uh, I'm going to find a fucking little tiny area. Hey, for Fuchao. Would that be in the Chinese area? I don't think so. Alright. I'm gonna need to check that later. Essentially, I'm going through these puzzles and I'm trying to see what I can solve easy, what I can solve hard, and also what I have. So that's gonna all go together. Um, let's open this thing. What was this letter? Oh. Alright, I received an invitation to a movie screening from a major financier of the place. Well, he didn't invite me directly, but I tagged along with Laszlo. I couldn't have been in better company when I entered the Grand Theater. After all, Laszlo is the architect of the theater. After a few greetings, curiosity got the better of me and I had to ask him, why do some of the compadres keep calling you Laoshi? You're not a teacher. Oh, that's because we work in the same trade. It's a mark of respect for a senior. Maybe you have more experience, and I can still teach them a thing or two. I don't know, Laszlo replied. The Chinese language has many honorific titles. Take Confucius, for instance. This is the literal translation of Kongfushi, I think, which means Master Kong. But most Chinese simply call him Kongxi, which means all the same Master Kong. The most interesting part of the night was the... Oh, it also gave symbols. Those symbols are probably going to be important. I'm like 50% sure. Alright. The most interesting part of the night was the cocktail hour. Well, more precisely, when we realized during the cocktail hour that not all the cinema tickets were the same. We then figured out there was a hidden message if you combine the different tickets. We first had to find the location, which was way too easy using the picture in the back. For those struggling, I saw some people staring at coins moving from table to table. I didn't need the coin at that moment, but I managed to grab one. I heard it's a rarity and might come in handy someday. I need a coin. I'm missing a coin. That coin is coming up multiple times. So I need to find that to figure stuff out. The second part was hard, but not for everyone. Something told me that Laszlo knew exactly what this was about. Unable to sustain my stare any longer, he said, "What? Shanghai architecture hides no secrets from me." Okay, so we need to find movie tickets? But we didn't have any. So this is locked behind something because I need a coin. I do not have a coin. These are not tickets. Wait a minute. That's the symbols. It looked like a wave with an arrow in it, and the circle, and then a tower. No, not that. Find the 2 signs and we'll meet you there. So this is it. This is thing. Find the 2 signs and we'll meet you there. So this is the first assignment. Oh, welcome back. This is the first assignment, though. Oh, all you need is to start your journey. Journey was on the map. Use that to open the box and start everything. So this is the first part. Give me a second. Beer 21. I'm trying to find where in the world this applies. So, yeah, this is what this is. So, I need to solve this very shortly. I'm going to put that on the side as like a priority thing. All right. Oh man, this is dirty. Well, it looks dirty. I attended a Chinese wedding and sat at the table of honor. Oh, sorry. I need water. Yo. I guess Chinese hospitality and me being the only foreigner played a role in this seating arrangement. During this wedding, I overheard a conversation that seemed full of emotion. Intrigued, I asked my dear friend to translate for me. Grandpa, you raised me while Mom and Dad worked hard and taught me valuable lessons. Do you have any advice for me? Asked the bride. Her grandma replied, I think we spoiled you a lot compared to how we raised your mama, but you turned out to be such a fine woman. I don't have much to say. I just wish you happiness, double happiness, added her grandpa with a playful smile. Her grandma continued, double happiness indeed. I'm going to make a little analogy. Look at this little box on the table with the Chinese characters for double happiness. On all four sides. This is what that's going to be for. Okay, so it's going to be up this way, I think. Yeah. So it's going to be up this way. And then, yeah, that's going to be up too. Up that way. Up that way. And then the base. And I don't know where this belongs. Alright. You have the character mouth, which is sometimes shaped like a heart. Imagine for a minute that these hearts represent us when we are talking to you. On one side are your grandparents and parents, and on the other side are your husband's relatives. Like the tree of life, we the grandparents are at the root, the bottom. You and your husband are in the middle. I suppose it's hard to picture both of you sliding into that box. Bear with me. As you know, with yin and yang, men are on the left and women on the right. Yeah, sliding what? Characters part. So they got this right here with... If one day you're facing a puzzle in your life and get stuck, first try to find... Okay. The key word for that situation could be love, right? So what is the argument about? You have no idea how it all started. It's a puzzle. Let's just say these random letters. N, V, Z, V, T, G, C. There it's simple. Come to me with the first letter of your keyword, L. Then as the foundation of your family, your mama is A, so L should face A. And then... matriarchy? Well, not exactly, but women quite often hold power in Shanghai. But hey, L could also be grandpa, and A the father, and... I replied, no, what are you talking about, dear? All this makes no sense. Then I caught the twinkle in his eye, and he laughed out loud. It's a Saint Cyr cipher. I thought I could explain it to you metaphorically, but it was blown out of proportion. You should have seen your face, he said, with a smirk on his face and his long hand trying to cover it. You're a monster, and the baijiu that you kept pouring in my glass isn't helping. I replied, allowing a smile to replace my incredulous look. It was indeed a Saint Cyr cipher, very much like a cipher wheel with A as the index, and impossible to decipher without keywords. To quote Auguste Kirchhoff's, cipher disk is merely a Saint Cyr slide turned round to bite its tail. Okay. So, this is the cipher. I need to solve this box. Because this box has something to do with that cipher. Anyways. Oop. No, that's not the right way. I don't know what this box is all about, but this is going to end up being important. And then... Hey, Snowfield. Welcome in. I've got a whole bunch of stuff here. I'm trying to solve this thing real quick. So, just FYI, I've got this big old thing right here. And I popped the first lock, which had a bunch of Chinese characters that I had to use a map to solve. And then once I opened it, it had a whole ton of stuff inside. And so now I'm trying to, you know, solve the rest of it, which has a lot. Really? Wait a minute. Okay, no, that should be fine. So this does need to go here. I think I got it. Yeah, okay. And then... Why is there 2 slots? Oh! Oh! Oh, I know what this is doing. Oh, I know what this is doing. So, okay, basically, these are important with it. That ain't fitting. This side? I'm so close to getting this fixed. It's like it should fit, but it don't wanna. Wait, I think I'm getting it. I think I got it? Or at least good enough? And then this right here. Oh, wait. I want to make sure. Come on. You are right there. Alright. I think that's it. Okay. So now I got this thing. I have a feeling this relates to these. Where something... The letters show up in both symbols. So, what was the ones they said? Alright. If one day you're facing a puzzle in your life and get stuck, first try to find a keyword pertinent to the situation. Let's say you have a little argument with your husband. The keyword for that situation could be love, right? So what is the argument about? So the keyword is love. Okay, I'm getting a little bit confused. Okay, this is correct, though. So A... ALEP. What the fuck do I do with this? I know what I have, but now I need to figure out how the hell I use it. That's where I'm a little bit lost. L could also be the grandpa and A the father. So regardless, it seems they want A and L to be the code. And then the argument NVZ N doggone it. This is a weird... Wait a minute. Give me a second. I got one of these because I was trying to figure out a puzzle. Anyways, it just so happens I have the exact thing I needed. Yay. That's convenient. So we want to set up A with L. No, A is going to be on the top, so L is going to be on the bottom. All right. So A on the top, L on the bottom, and then we have to do the N thing. So, oh, NC. Okay. So we go with the top letter, and then that's the bottom letter that matches. Okay. Give me notepad. Alright. Random letters. N. V. C. V. T. G. C. So that's going to be Y. V is in Victor. G. Oh, shit. Z. All right. Oh, thank you, Rose. I stumped myself real quick. Hold up, I got a BRB. But thank you for shouting out Snowfield. Snowfield's always lovely to have around. Alright. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. Hold up. Oh, yes, that is you. Eh. Alright. So I'm trying to solve this puzzle thing. We have this funny little wedding box. In this box goes 2 of these for the cipher. They pop in. Wait a minute. QRPC. Oh. Oh. Okay. So basically, the way this thing works, it just said, hey, we have a code. So A to L can be on either side as long as it fits. And then you have your box with the thing. So basically just creates this but differently. Moon runes. I like this little cipher though. I got this because I wanted to make puzzles. And they seem like a fun way to kind of make a standard puzzle. A fun little cipher. But now I'm struggling to understand this one. By the way, if you have any ideas, feel free to chime in. This is more of a, not just me solving it, this is if anyone wants to throw their hat into the ring with it, please do. And I'm trying to think, but my brain ain't processing right. So yeah, I do get it. NV's ZVTGC. So what? A cipher disk is merely a Saint Cyr slide turned around to bite its tail. So we do have the right one. Okay, what's WTS 8829? This was mentioned in the prelude. During my investigation, I found out that if you see something like this, WTS 88, it means that a royal traveler wrote an important note or a few on the page itself. However, if there are extra digits at the end, it means the notes are on a separate document and you need to search for that specific note. The markings with extra digits are hints, and they are put aside not to spoil your adventure. Avoid checking the hints unless you are stuck or instructed to do so. So I was instructed, important, please check number 29. And there's only 21 pages. Oh, wait, it's at the top. Oh. Alright, first deciphered letter. Until the letter... Yeah, so L on the bottom, A at the top. Yeah. Slide both bookmarks until the N from the ciphertext appears in either heart on the bottom bookmark. Make sure that the two bookmarks move as one by keeping A on top of L. Oh. Wait. Hold up. So we'll make the bottom one L. And the top one A. And then N. I set this up wrong! I did it the other way around! There is a reason for the order. Okay, so this is tough to see. So, we get how this works. Basically, L at the bottom, A at the top, and then we want N at the bottom. And then that's a C. So basically, A at the top, L at the bottom, cool. C at the top, N at the bottom, cool. That's our first letter. So with that information, we're then going to swap to this, because this is much easier to read. And it's the same thing. They said it is literally just that with its tail on itself. So, now we start with this. So that's wrong, because I screwed up. So, C, V, oh dear, K, O, K, T, I, V, B. Oh, lovely. It's Sikolkv. What the hell? Is there more? Oh. Oh. Oh no. There is more. The keyword so LOVE. L-O-V-E-L-O-V. Okay. So the C was correct. V is when the top A is set to O. So then we go to V, and it's an H. So CH. V. So now we have A is now V. And then we go to O. T. Oh, shit. Really? Alright, let's see. Alright, let's try. So bottom O, top A. Okay, bottom V, top A. Bottom E, top A. And then K. G. No. Oh my god, I'm dumb. Okay. V at the bottom, A at the top. All right. Z. E. All right. That's starting to make a little more sense. Then we do E at the bottom, A at the top. A at the top, E at the bottom. All right. And then we're going to V. R. And then we start over again. So L at the bottom, A at the top. All right. Then we go to T. I. The word's going to be cherish. Okay. So then we have O at the bottom, A at the top. And then we go to G. Yup. And then we do V at the bottom, and then A at the top. And then C H. Cherish. We got it! I figured it out. Okay. That is a big thing for this thing. So, yeah. It's these random letters. You're arguing with your husband. The keyword for that situation could be love. So what is the argument about? You have no idea. Let's just say it's the random letters. Cherish. It's simple. Come with me to the first letter, and then as the foundation of your family, your mama is A, so L should face A, and then so on and so forth. Okay. We solved one. We solved something. We solved how to use the cipher. But we're going to be using this cipher instead because it's actually easier to use this. Now that we know the method, which I'm going to write down that method, and we will use that for puzzles later. So, cipher method. Keyword. Repeat. Over and over. Scramble below. And then top A equals keyword letter. All right. Thank you. That is a complicated as hell method. All right. This thing ain't holding punches. Whew. All right. So this part, done. All we got left is every single freaking thing else. Wait. We may be able to solve this then. If the phrase is Shanghai, let's see. What if it's Bund? They say Bund a lot. Find the two signs and we'll meet you there. So would it just be Bund? B-U-N-D? B-U-N-D? I'm going to write down a couple words and then we'll try with those. We're trying to find a cabin number. So the cabin number is DT NP X T P D O V V Y. And the thoughts are it may be Bund. So B U N D B U N D B U N D. That's thought one. The other thought is Shanghai. So SHANGHAI. SHAN. Okay, so we'll try with Bund first. We'll try with Shanghai second. So we get the first letter of the keyword at the bottom, the first letter, and then A at the top, and then we solve from there. So B with the A. All right. So T is S. All right. U at the bottom, A at the top. All right. And now, hold up, T, Z. All right. That's not looking right. Z. Well, at least finish out, like, the second little thing, and then we'll finish out Bund, and then we'll go on. Let's see. So next is N. Well, that was just going to be A. Za. All right, and then D. D at the bottom, A at the top. And then we're looking for P. M. Zam. Nope. Definitely not. Okay. Is there a different one? I don't think it's going to be Shanghai. All right. So S at the bottom, A at the top. And then we got T, B. Is there a number that has B in it? I don't think so. I think I'm on another wild goose chase. H, A. There we go. Another T. M. Nope. Okay. Nope, that ain't it. Alrighty then. What if it's love again? You know what? I'm not even going to show it on the screen real quick. I'm just going to do it real quick. Let's see. L. And then T. That's I. No. And then O. There T. F. Oh my god, is it fucking love again? V. N. If. S. I think it might be love again. E. E. And then P. If. Ooh, this could be it. Hold up. L O V E L O V E L O V E. I thought I'd have different ones. I think it's the same one. Alright, so we've done LOVE, next is L. Is this going to be an E? If it is, I think we are getting on the right track. Nope. If sl. Nope. If slum. So I thought I was going to give like a word. Like, hey, this is a neat word that you can use to solve the puzzle. I'm tempted to use a hint, but I don't want to use a hint yet. It did have us use a hint earlier because it instructed us to do so. So I'm fine with it instructing there. This one's not really instructing us to do so. Right? Avoid checking them unless you are stuck or instructed to do so. Alright, we're gonna have to check that again later. Because honestly, I am getting very tired, and you know, I'm a little bit, my brain's starting to shut down a little bit. However, we did make good progress for just starting. Especially considering this is a much newer system, and I'm still trying to kind of get used to it. Honestly, I'm really happy with the setup we got. Alright. I'm gonna raid somebody that Umi recommended before. Oh, wait a minute. Let me just make sure that... Okay, yeah, they're still good. Alright, let's rate them. There we go. Okay. I do want to thank y'all for coming out. I do hope y'all enjoyed. This thing is complicated. I didn't think it was this complicated, but you know what? We did good. We did real good. So thank y'all, and I hope you all have a lovely evening. We will be going back to this soon. I may do some solving off stream. It's gonna be Kayamaru, isn't it? Alright, I'm gonna double check that when I go off stream. Good night, everybody. I think I just screwed myself up. Alright, good night.